With the successful launch of Disney's direct-to-consumer businesses and the integration of 21st Century Fox well underway, I believe this is the optimal time to transition to a new CEO.
Right now, the course that Bob has laid is one that we fully intend to follow, and I think will pay dividends to shareholders for years to come.
Well, for more on Iger's career and what his departure could mean for the House of Mouse, let's bring in TRT World Senior Business Producer Mobin Nasser. Hi Mobin, it was interesting to look out for Disney's share price because it fell about 4% on news of Iger's departure. So what can we expect from the fallout from his resignation in terms of the company's fortune?
So we know this is a company that doesn't change its top man very often. He's only the 7th CEO in about 100 years. So you could expect something there, some kind of a movement there from investors who are used to a company that has a lot of stability to offer, a lot of continuity to offer. Having said that, this is looking like a tough year with or without Iger, right? I mean, look, we have the coronavirus outbreak. The Shanghai and the Hong Kong parks are closed. They will remain closed until however long it takes to get this disease under control. The release of the live action adaptation of Mulan, that's also supposed to be taking place in about a week from now. We don't know how that's going to turn out. Will people actually come out to watch it? So, a lot of things perhaps not going the way they would want it to. Probably not going to be the best year they've had in a while.
And we know for a long time Disney dominated traditional media from major blockbuster hits in movie theatres to its cable channels as well. But last year, under Iger's watch, they launched a streaming service, I guess uncharted territory for the traditional media companies. What's going to happen to that, do you think, now that Iger's leaving?
And it's going to be a tough act to follow, right? Like on the first day, they had like 10 million subscribers. They have 30 million already, which is more than Hulu's had, even though it's been around for much longer. And the new man in is not someone who's really worked along these lines. He's somebody who is in charge of parks and products. So perhaps there's some synergies there to the extent that the parks businesses also rely on data analytics to figure out how to price their, the entries or what kind of offerings to sell to people. So it is a direct-to-consumers business, and to that extent there might be some synergies. But beyond that, it does seem like uncharted territory for Chapek as well, which is probably also why that the outgoing CEO has already said that he will continue to look over at least the online streaming business for now, and hopefully be able to hand it off more gradually to his successor.
Interesting. And as you say, the coronavirus has really thrown a spanner in the works for Disney and for many other companies around the world. But trying to put that aside, what else is in store for Disney in 2020 and beyond?
So we know they have a lot of movies scheduled, right? From Pixar, there's Onward that's expected in March, again, the first week. There's Soul later on in June. Then there's the Marvel movie that's supposed to come out, Black Widow. They're hoping that should bring in a lot of viewers. There's also Jungle Cruise. This is a movie that's based on a theme park ride that they have there. So a lot of movies planned, yes. A lot of shorter version animated series planned for their streaming service. But really, the streaming wars that we were kind of expecting haven't really kicked off yet, right? We aren't seeing a lot of consumers making it a Netflix versus Disney Plus scenario just yet. So to that extent, it seems at least that level of fierce competition appears to be some years down the road. So perhaps not something to worry about just yet, but the slowdown that we are seeing in terms of consumer spending, that's got to be something that they will have to watch out for.
Okay, let's see what happens when Bob Chapek takes over. Mobin Nasser, thank you as always.